forget the first 4 rules of kids cooking. 1. Wash your hands. 2. Ask an adult for help, especially with hot items, sharp utensils, and appliances. 3. Don't be afraid to try new ingredients, especially if they are green. And 4. Have fun. These 4 rules make cooking twice as healthy and twice as good. Churchill Downs is twice as good. Hi, I'm Hadley. And I'm Delaney. And this is Twice as Good. Today, Hadley and I are in Louisville, Kentucky, and we are super excited to be visiting Churchill Downs, the site of one of the most popular and exciting annual sporting events in the whole world, the Kentucky Derby. Churchill Downs is actually named for 2 Kentucky gentlemen, John and Henry Churchill, who leased the property to their nephew, Colonel Meriwether Lewis Clark Jr., a man who bred and trained horses. He wanted to build a racetrack. Fun history fact: Colonel Meriwether Lewis Clark Jr. was the grandson of the famous explorer William Clark, who along with Meriwether Lewis were part of the first expedition to travel all the way from the east to the Pacific Ocean on America's western coast. Kentucky is now famous the world over for its horses and its beautiful pastures of Kentucky bluegrass. Of course, Kentucky bluegrass is not grass that's blue. It's actually green, but if it's left unmowed, it actually blossoms with beautiful blue flowers, and that's how it got its name. The Kentucky Derby is held on the first Saturday in the month of May every year, and the 2016 event will mark the 142nd running of this grand race that's also known as the Run for the Roses. That's because the winning horse is draped with a garland of over 400 roses every year. The tradition dates all the way back to 1896. All of the 20 thoroughbred horses that compete in the Derby are 3-year-olds. It does not matter what month or day a horse is actually born. If they're going to race, their date of birth is listed as January 1st. And all of the horses that run in the Derby are male. There's actually another race for female horses, the Kentucky Oaks, that runs the Friday night before the Derby. The nickname for this race is Lilies for the Fillies. As you can imagine, the Kentucky Derby is a huge celebration. There are lots of amazing historical traditions associated with this 2-week-long party, and many of them have to do with food and beverages. And today, with Chef Dave Danielson, we're going to make some fun and traditional Kentucky recipes such as Derby Hot Brown, bread pudding bites, and kid-friendly mint julep. So let's get started.
Welcome to Churchill Downs. The food is twice as good.
Down to the wire, Orb has won the Kentucky Derby!
First and foremost, the Derby is an equine sporting event. Equine is a word that means of, related to, or resembling a horse. The horses that run this race are all athletes that must be in top condition to perform their best, which means they need to eat healthy and exercise as well. And the jockeys who ride the horses have to be in top shape too. Just like prize fighters, jockeys must maintain a certain weight to qualify to ride in a race. They've also got to have fabulous reflexes and strong muscles to control a 1,200-pound horse galloping at the speed of 40 miles per hour or more. Before we start cooking some Kentucky recipes, we're fortunate to talk with Mr. James Baker, a thoroughbred trainer, and jockey Dylan Davis to learn more about the training and nutrition of the athletes of Churchill Downs. Is this the track where they're going to run the Kentucky Derby?
This is. It's always the first Saturday in May. There'll be about 100,000, 120,000 people here. This filly is a 2-year-old filly, and the young horses, we try to keep them in company with other horses because they don't like going by themselves. So that's why we brought them up 2 at a time.
How do the horses get their names?
The owners name them. Eagle-Eyed Lady, his mother, was named War Eagle Lady. So that's how I got the Eagle-Eyed Lady. That's her. And here's the jockey, Dylan Davis. He's getting ready to breeze that horse. He's going to go real, real fast.